What's going on, guys? It's Nick from Robert Songs back with another video. So real quick, man, in this video I'm going to give you guys a couple of tips on how to get a credit limit increase, right? These are not extremely hard tips. A lot of it's just really a little bit of technicality. So I'm going to give you guys five tips, and I may throw a bonus in later on down the video. So the first thing you want to do is make sure that you know for a fact whatever lending institution that you choose from, you need to know if they're going to do a hard pull or a soft pull. You need to know that first and foremost. Now, if you looked at the channel, I don't care about hard inquiries because I can take those off. It's not a problem. What you need to realize is, whatever bank they might put a hard inquiry on you. Some banks might do a soft pull. Some banks might, do a soft pull and say, hey, look, we need to do a hard pull, to get a more updated credit report. Nothing wrong with that. Just make sure you do those sparingly, right? Step number 2 is, as opposed to getting an increase from the one particular credit card, you could probably apply for another account with that particular bank. Me personally, I'm not a fan. I'm more a fan of whatever personal information you have, let those age, and utilize business credit cards. But if you're, you love personal credit cards, which I don't, you want to make sure that you're not applying for too many brand new accounts, because that, or in turn, lowers your credit age, right? And kind of makes you more high risk with newer accounts. So do keep that in mind. So step 3 will be know which banks pull different bureaus. Nowadays, dealing with different funding clients, I know this for a fact. Certain banks are pulling different bureaus now, as opposed to who they used to pull. For example, it used to be NASA Federal Credit Union would pull TransUnion. Now they're pulling Experian. So now that you kind of see the shift from they used to pull in this bureau, now they're pulling a whole totally different bureau. Are they going to pull in 2 bureaus or all 3? That's a change in landscape, so do keep that in mind as well. Number 4, this is my personal favorite. I love using a credit card like a debit card. Spend it, pay it right back. Accrue points. In case of a fraudulent situation, you can go ahead and get that money back, because the bank is always going to do what they need to do in order to get their money back as opposed to yours, right? So you have like a business, or you have, let's say, an e-commerce store to where you have a high burn-through rate, to where you're swiping the credit card, you're constantly paying it back, swiping it and paying it back. That's going to show the bank that, hey, look, we didn't give you enough money. And by the fact that you're swiping it and paying it back, as many times, at least once or twice a week, we can go ahead and safely know for a fact that we can give you a credit limit increase, right? So if, let's say, for example, if you get denied for a credit limit increase, you can easily call a reconsideration line and plead your case and say, hey, look, I have this credit card with XYZ limit. It's kind of a little bit normal, a little bit higher than normal, what people normally spend. I'm paying it back every week or twice a week, or however many times you pay it back. Say, look, can you guys please reconsider this credit limit increase request? That's something I would do personally. And then last but not least, man, you want to make sure that before you even apply for the credit limit increase, that you don't have any fraud alerts on your credit report. And that might be an instant denial, first and foremost, right? Especially if they don't have a number to call to where they can say, where they can reach out to you to make sure that it's you, right? This is something I make sure my clients do whenever, we're doing a funding process. I say, hey, look, take the fraud alerts off. Equifax and TransUnion, they do it within 24 hours. Experian, depending on if you get these security questions wrong, they'll take anywhere from a week to 2 weeks, right? So do keep that in mind whenever you're applying for credit limit increase. It's not totally hard. It's not impossible. And then a bonus tip too, man. Make sure your credit stays as high as possible, right? You could have 100K in credit cards and a couple collections just pop on there at the last minute. Make sure you get those removed before you even think about applying for a credit limit increase, right? Because if anything, if you're dealing with a bank, let's say, such as Citibank is going to, cut your limit in half. If your score dips below the score that you had when you applied for them. Now, this happened to me before, so I'll speak from experience in terms of Citi. So just keep that in mind, man, especially when banks do a quarterly soft pull on your account. Like I said, Citibank does it. I'm not sure who does it, but I know a lot of the major banks do it. So do keep that in mind. Anyway, guys, it's Nick from Robert Consultants. Please like, share, subscribe. Have a good one.